You're watching IntoWineTV, and we are at Incanto in San Francisco, and today we're tasting Merlots that rock. This is a 2003 Chateau St. Jean from the Sonoma County. This Merlot retails for $90 a bottle, and it's 14.6% alcohol.
This is a really good example of a seamless wine for me. Everything has integrated. It is an 2003, right? So it's had a little, I mean, well, everything's relative, of course. This wine, I think, is very balanced, really balanced. It's not got as much oomph as I would expect for the price, honestly. But I think it's a very well-balanced wine. It is very elegant, very beautiful, round, good fruit, classic American wine. And for me, it really, what's the actual appellation? Sonoma County. You know, again, talking about a textbook Merlot from California, I don't know what you could point to as maybe even a better example. For the price, it seems like it's missing some power, but very beautiful.
I think it's a little shut down right now. I think it is seamless and very well balanced. You know, a Merlot at this age maybe needs some time in the decanter, but probably needs some time in the cellar, I think. Because it seems, I didn't taste this young, so I can't speak to that, but it seems to have lost its exuberant fruit that it probably had a couple years ago. It hasn't picked up any tertiary characteristics, layering yet. You know, this is close to $100, $90 a bottle. I'd be hard pressed to spend that, but you know, maybe in 5 more years it'll develop, and I said, wow, this is good. I do like Sonoma. I like, you know, again, it's a little cooler climate. I think it helps the wines not get super ripe, and lets them develop a little better. There's nothing wrong with this wine. I mean, especially on the palate. It's got nice coffee, it's got good spice, it's a lot of red berries, cherries, plums. It's tasty, but I think there's probably something hidden there that we're not getting that is in that wine at some point, or was, and will come back.
So how would we know when it's the appropriate time to open this up and drink it?
That is the magic question, isn't it? Yeah.
It's always the gamble.
You never know for sure.
That's playing the lottery.
Right. You make your best guess, and I guess you buy a few bottles. Yeah.
Well, also you get books which have followed the aging of wines. Like if it's a case of Bordeaux, you'd buy my father's book because he's tasted all the wines. He tells you when they're ready for drinking. But yeah, I'd love to say that I hate this wine because of the price and the high alcohol, 14.6. But actually, I do like this wine. It's attractive, it's seamless, it's very well made, it's technically very well made. On the nose, it's a little bit heady for me. There's just too much alcohol coming out, but it's not offensive, it's not...
It's almost kind of surprising that the alcohol is that high because it is married well together.
And the palate is actually, there's something about the palate which is not a negative. It's very hard. And that hardness, to me, implies that it can age. There's a toughness to this wine, which means it's going to age pretty well. And I would not have liked this wine when it was first made, I'm sure, because it was would have been. But by the time it's 03, I think it's aging well. It's doing what it should be doing. Having said all that, I would not pay $90 for a bottle of wine like this. I think it's a good, well-made wine, but my advice, I hope that the recession means that prices will recede because they've got, past 8 years, they've just got out of hand, and you wouldn't have paid more than $40 for a bottle like this 20 years ago.
Now, in 5 years, I'd be delighted if a friend of mine did pay $90 for it and I could try it, but I wouldn't go out and buy it. Because I do think there's a lot of potential here to, it's got a lot of right bank qualities to this wine, and I think it has a lot of potential. I'd like to see what it does.
Yeah, I would like to see them reducing the alcohol over time, next few years, next few vintages. I'd love them to bring it down, bring it to 14%, 13.5. You're not going to lose anything by doing that. And bring the price down.
So bring down those two things.
Two things.
So it's a wine to watch maybe in the next couple of years. Now could be a good time to pick one up and save it for later. It's the 2003 Chateau St. Jean from the Sonoma County, and retails again for $90. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again.